We're going to come back to talk about portrait painting. And today we're going to focus on how to paint eyes. When you paint an eye, most people would directly go into the details, the eyelashes, the iris, but it's more important to build up the structure first.
Let's take a look at this reference. First, do a little drawing. I'm using this small number 2 round brush. Let's see, I'm going to put this eye right over here. This is profile view of a child's eye. So I'm gonna put, I can see the eye as a triangle. Right, this is the triangle shape. So you only need thinking about where you're gonna put the triangle. And I think I'm gonna higher a little bit. So and you can use the pencil to do this drawing. And this is the location of the eye. Make sure it's big enough so we have enough room to draw all the details. And this is the eyeball. But that's the showing the structure of the eye, and there's the eyelashes. So you plan those spaces, and this is the eyebrows, like this. And let's give a little bit suggestions into the iris. The eye looking up, so we can see that the iris like this on this side, this kind of shape. Right, that's good. And there's a highlight in this location. And inside there is pupil. The pupil is right here. And you probably think about, hey, you're drawing the details. I'm planning the painting right now. So, but I'm not painting yet. Okay, but when I start painting, I will first go into the structure. And this almost apply to every part of the portrait painting. It's not about getting the eyelashes or getting the nostril for the nose. It's about how to plan, how to create the structure. And let me see, the same width as the eye, and this is the ridge of the nose. That's right over here. Here you go, like that. So this showing a little bit about the other eye, a little bit right over here. That's good. So my drawing is finished. Now I'm going to start working into the eye, but start from the structure. So let's take a look. What is skin tone? And most people asking the questions every single time when they're looking at the portrait is, oh, what's the skin tone? Instead I would like you to thinking about what is just the colors combination between the yellow, red, and blue color. And the first color you can see is mostly the color looks like red. I just take the red color, right? There's no other colors, just the red color for now. This is very close to red. Now I'm painting in this red color with water into the space. Maybe have a little bit yellow, so I take a little yellow. In that case, it would look like a little bit orange color, especially in this location. Right? That's pretty easy. And then coming back over here, inside over here have a little bit orange color for that too. So I see the light bar. The light bar has a little bit more blue color. So I'm going to paint it around the eyeball, which is the iris over here. There you go. I also include a link to this reference for you to download. You can download the image. You can follow me to do the same exercise. So around over here is a little bit red. So I'm going to use the red colors. Actually wash the entire area first. Like this, coming down to the nose about over here. In the next part, maybe tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to paint the nose. And as you expect, it's going to be lots of portrait paintings in step by step coming along the way. So this is the whole area of the skin, but this is not yet. If you just directly going into the details, and the painting would look flat. Okay, it doesn't really show. There's inside the eyeball, and the part over here is rounded and turning in and get a little bit deeper. That's just the other side, right? Deeper, and then come out a little bit on the nose, and then turning into the other side. The same thing on the lower eyelid over here. From the upper eyelid, turn it this way, right? Turn it this way, and then a little bit flat over here, but gradually turning into the other, like a rounded coming into here. From here to here, it could be like a pretty good ½ inch. Or keep even 1 inch of space between here and here. And as you see right now, it doesn't really see there is a ½ inch or 1 inch difference between this part and that part. That's the hard part when you are doing a portrait painting. You need to create the illusion of depth by using different value and different colors. Now this already dry. Now I come back to squint my eye to see where are the light and dark colors. So I can see in this area a little bit darker, right? And there's some little shade, and to suggesting there is some little deeper over here. And the face over here have a little bit darker red. And also over here, this is a little bit darker, turn a little bit lighter. So let's try to build those contrast first. And I'm going to add a little yellow with the red. Maybe have a little bit blue, not much, a little bit. So the color would dim a little bit more red. Now a little bit yellow, and spend enough time to build up, mix the color. Okay, I'm gonna start over here. Okay, squint your eye. Here you go. Now this color over here too. Slow down. I'm gonna get a little bit red coming up here. And then take a look at this color and coming connected here. There's a little lighter here, and on this side I'm gonna have a little bit more red color, so take a little red. Here you go. Like this. Connect with that. And now the same, the red color on this side. showing the cheek a little bit warmer. And I'm going to just directly take the red color. Tap, 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 making sure the color blending into the brush, the brush a little bit better. Like this. And the nose over here have a little bit orange color, a little bit like this. So we're not planning to painting much of the nose, but it just give a little suggestion here. Just everything about shape. And on this side, I'm gonna have a little bit mixture with the blue. On this side is, if you get used to mixing with the limit color palette, the simple color palette, and you will feel much better, easier. And now my brush doesn't have much color. Now on this side, I also can put a little color over here first. And now what I want to do, I'm gonna clean my flat brush. Okay, not too much water. Okay, almost like this, just a damp brush. What I want to do, I'm gonna merge those colors together. Right, merge it to make it feel like the transition. Here you go. And just like when you're doing the drawing, this could be a pretty good blender. Okay. Now I'm going to clean my brush again. There is enough paint already in the brush, so I'm gonna let go those paint. Okay. After the first paper dry, and this is much easier when you are, I'm gonna let go more water. It's much easier to do the blending or adjust the color. Remember, this step is very important. It's about create a structure. If the structure is not there, you cannot suggest the roundness of the face. Now I'm gonna use a little bit more water. Now just wash this and make it a little bit soft. And also the nose over here, a little bit lighter. Okay, put a little bit water in, and coming here, you can blend the color. Now here you go. Now it looks better already. You may need another round. Okay, I'm gonna have this a little bit soft, and there is a little bit brown color. I will apply that to here. Let's see. I'm gonna mix a little brown color, just a little red, put it in the blue color over here, a little yellow, and take a little bit blue color over here. That's the brown color. That's pretty easy. And here you go. So this is not the final color, it's not dark enough. And a little bit the eyebrows over here. And here for now. Okay, so a little bit over here too, just a little suggestions. We're gonna draw a few lines for the eyebrows. Okay, I can take this little bit color and put it in here. There's the darker color over here is adjusting. That is how the eye turning, like that. Just put the color there if you see the color. Okay, there's a little bit more color inside, but right now I'm gonna do a little bit more building. I'm gonna, for the cheek over here, I'm gonna just put a little bit more red color in here. Like that, to build up the warmness and building up the form and turning up like this. Okay, that's good. And on the over here, I can make it a little bit softer. If you use a small brush, it may be a little bit harder to create this structure. So use the big brush for the bigger connection, building the bigger. Looking for the light and dark color. Looking for where are the how much red, how much yellow into this. And in this location, I also have a little bit light color in here. So lift up a little color here too. Right now it looks like a little bit mess, but it's okay. And I just lift it up, make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, like that. And if you want to make it smoother, you just wash it a little bit more, like that. We'll come back to do a more definition later. But here I'm gonna have this light coming out a little bit, like that. Just lift up the color. Okay, now the eye has a little bit contrast. Okay, like that. Now keep squinting your eye if you are painting right now. And I'm gonna come back to the outside in a moment. First, right now I'm going to use my number 10 round brush. This is red sable here. I'm gonna add a little gray color inside the eyeball. It's like this, a little gray color, like this. Keep looking for where's the white, where are the darker, lighter contrast. Okay, looking for the shapes. Here you go. Have a few line because that's coming from the eyelashes. And the top over here always have some the catched shadow. Let's see, we have a Y shape over here is the highlight. Now I'm gonna paint a little bit darker color. Like the darker color would be between the three primary colors. I'm gonna just pick this color first. Let's see, look, make decision. And let's see, painting around the Y shape right over here. That's good. And then coming here and painting around this Y shape. That's good. coming down over here. Now I'm gonna, it has some brown color inside and have a little blue color inside. I'm gonna take a little bit blue color first over here. And add a little blue color over here. And the top over here, because to catch the shadow, it will look a little bit darker. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna add a little brown color, so I'm gonna get a little yellow, a little red. That would look like a little brown color, right? Brown color is right next to the orange colors, right over here. A little bit of color over here too. That's good. I'll come back to do a little bit more later. And that's the beginning of the inside the eyeball. In this area looks like a little bit red. So I'm gonna put a little red color in here. Not so much as the light brown color. And as well the top over here could have a little bit that color. Soften a little bit. Maybe a little too strong. Okay. Like that. If you don't see that color, pay more attention to it. You should be able to see it. And down here, I have a little bit purplish color. So I'm going to take this, it's the purplish color, right over here. And actually, I can paint it over here. There's no such white color there. Like that. Good. Looks very soft. Like that. I don't want this color a little bit too sudden. So make it a little softer. Now this is good. That's the base color inside the eyeball. Now what I want to do, I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush, number 12 round brush here. Now what I want to do, I'm going to start putting a little darker color inside, like the brown color. So I'm going to take the yellow and the red, give a little bit more color here. And to see how warm is it, I'm looking for this color shade. Look and paint like that. Okay, we're getting there. And the lower part over here, this shape has a little bit more red right here. Right here. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to reshape a little bit, light brown color. Maybe a little bit more blue in here. Right in here. Okay, this color actually connect coming over here. Okay, that's good. Like that. It's coming along. And now looking at the upper eyelid, still try to build the structure. Okay, over here. First, do a little suggestions here first, because the eyelid is rounded. So put it like this first. Now, this line. Okay. If you just paint a line, doesn't really look like natural. Doesn't look like the eye. But let it dry and we can come back. Okay. What I want to do now, I'm gonna build up a little bit more. Right over here, this shape, make it a little bit darker. That's good. Like that. Okay, maybe I take my attentions into this side. Take a look how this relates to this eye. It's right over here. Like this. Make it a little bit softer. That's good. A little bit brown color. Mix a little more. Shape a little more. But if you think, oh, this is too clear, use the 1-inch brush, and maybe from the outside over here coming in. Now the color look a little bit softer, like that. And this a little bit softer coming over. And this, because it's in the distance, a little bit, feel like a little bit out of focus. That's fine. Now it looks a little bit softer. Now I come up to give a little bit suggestions for the hair on the top, like this. Here you go. Make the color a little bit more even. Like that. A few suggestions, a few lines. That's good. The top over here. I also can use this, give a little suggestion for the eyebrows. Be confident. If you doubt yourself, the chances you are going to stop in the middle of your trying. Give it a little few lines. Like that. Over here, maybe a little bit darker. Get a little red, a little darker brown color. A few lines. Okay. So after you create a structure and you're ready to work into the details. Now come back over here. I think this is a little bit too much. I can soften it and make it a little lighter. I think I have a little bit red, and when I put it back over here, you can wash over. But your mind is focused on the structure, gradually coming into the detail. Now coming to on this side, it needs a little bit more color, a little bit darker. And take a look. Now we come to the eyelid, and above this line, the color a little bit gradually turning. So I'm gonna have the color a little bit darker above this line, so it looks like the form, the shapes around the eyelid, around the line. Inside over here, have a little bit darker gray color. That's good, like that. Now you see a little bit softer here. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit blend over. So at the beginning, you may be seeing oh, this looks pretty flat, but in fact, it's not. It changed quite a bit from this color to this color, right? And I'm coming over here, and in here, I have a little bit kind of light brown color over here, like over here too. You can see the color change. Now a little bit soften over here, the color toning like this. So if there's too much, you can soften it and light up a little bit. Okay. It's painting. It actually is simple. Watercolor is not that complicated. A little bit softer. Layer over layer, you can make the impression like this. Now take a look at the face over here. It looks pretty good, and the bottom over here maybe a little bit more red, like this, gradually coming up. That looks good. Now I'm going to come back here with the same color here. It looks like a little bit more red in this location here. Now I'm going to wash my brush and have a little bit softer, gradually blend it outside. Okay, that's good. Okay. If you see it, you can paint it. Somehow you can accomplish. That's good. Now I come back to the top over here. It's all the blur over here. I'm going to come back with the number 10 round brush and create the new brown colors. Now we already have enough blue color here, so it's just yellow, red, and take a little blue color, and that's good. Maybe a little bit more red, and that's good. Now come back here, and the top here a little bit darker. They still have lots of wet in here, so come back after it dries a little bit more. And I think the bottom over here, I am ready to do one more. Make it a little deeper, showing the transition inside. That's the other end, the other corner of the eye. But over here is a little lighter, so I'm going to light up a little bit. You can see the technique. It's very simple. Light up a little bit, like that. Simple. And also learn how to overlook things. Like, for example, the eyelashes and the lower eyelid. And overlook it right now. So don't want to see it. Not the time yet, right? So at this corner, add a little color here, and so you can see that there is coming gradually coming to this area, maybe a little bit lighter at the end. That looks pretty good. And now to come back to the other side, look at this eye. Inside over here, I'm going to give it a little bit better suggestions. Inside over here, that is a little bit darker, like that. Give a little bit more imagination. Okay, that's good. And now we're ready, and the structure is already built up, and we're ready to walk into inside the details, and that's a pretty easy part. Okay, and first I'm gonna give a little red color in here first. Have a little transition gradually coming up here, and come to the nose. It look is fine. Now after the color dry, it looks not enough colors. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker, like that. That's good. Now at the edge over here, I'm gonna soften it. Very easy to create a transition. And have a little red color on this side. Gradually transfer over. Now let's see, if anything too not light enough, we can lift it up, like over here. I think we can light up a little more. We can light up a little bit more over here. Use this number 10 red sable round brush. I'm gonna mix a little bit brown color, could be a little bit purplish color, like this. And let's work on the eyelid. Let's see, looking at that. That's good. Coming down. That's good. Right here. Right, that's good. Just could be a little bit more over here inside, like this. This is good. Get the red color, connect that, and a little transition, and have it the lighter color, connect that up here. That's just how the parts connected. I'm going to just use the big brush and just do a little lifting here. The bigger brush really help a lot to organize things, like that. That's good. You see how the light shape and the dark shape connected. I'm gonna come back here to shade up a little bit over here and stop over there. Okay, a little lighter. That's good. And I'm gonna have this a little bit softer by brush with the 1-inch brush, like that. Now, okay, now we come into work a little bit more inside the iris. Now we can see some color coming in over here. We can take it out. I can use this bigger brush. I'm gonna soften this. Just use the corner of this. A little lighter. That's good. Good enough. Now I'm gonna give a little bit darker gray color from the top over here. That's good. Look for and ignore some of the color. Only looking for the area that you need to look for. That is around this light shape, like that. And have a little bit light shape over here too. A little dot, like that. Coming down over here, it's a little bit soft. That's fine. Look a little bit soft anyway. So coming here, and just come out a little bit. It's quite round. Let's see. Yep. A a little bit darker, like this. Like that. Now I'm gonna also give a little bit brown color. Before that, I'm gonna soften and lift up a little color on the outside over here. This shape is not come out so much, like this. That's good. Now I'm gonna add a little brown color, get a little yellow color in here. That's a little brown color. Put it inside the eye over here. Nice. Up here, have a little bit brown color too. Okay, I'm gonna ready to put some even darker color. A little bit darker color over here, darker color on the edge, and a little darker color here, and also around this area. A little bit here too. That's all right. We're gonna put a very dark color by mix just the blue color, the Prussian blue, and the red color together. This color very dark. That's this for the pupil. Let's see, right in the middle of the iris. A little bit on this side. That enough suggestions. Like this. And now what I want to do, I am going to use the small brush to paint the eyelashes. I'm gonna take this will be the color and mix it. You're coming from the outside to the inside if you want, like this. Let's do a few lines. And some in here. Just curl up like this. Let's continue. Look like the eyes coming along. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit brown color, a little bit more yellow basically. Okay, coming here. Imagine if you do this first and try to come to the build up the illusion of the structure later, and all those fine lines would be destroyed smoother, and then you ended up to do it again. So doing the structure first is a better process. Okay, like this. And also some of the lines is pretty soft, a little softer. It's not every line so clear. I'm gonna have a little line a little bit softer here. A little bit longer here too. Like this. That's good. Now on the lower eyelid, and then inside over here, you see a little red or purple color, like this. And then come back to take a look at inside. This color is not so light, so what I want to do, I'm gonna add a little bit color, just a little color, wash over it. It will look a little bit darker. That's good, like that. So this is not so strong. Maybe a little red color. Connect this to a little bit smooth transition. And also come back here, the little red color. Connect, suggest that the eyelid is a little smooth turning. Like this. And including over here, a little smoother. Like this. And inside over here, it has a little blue color. Has a little blue color. Like this. A little bit, looks like a little purplish color. And inside over here, like that. Now lift up a little bit. It has a little bit lighter. That's good. Alright, that's good. And maybe on the other side, we should have the suggestions of the eyelashes a little bit longer, like that. Maybe a little bit too much. Soften that a little bit, come back. And here, light up a little bit, like that. Okay, if you want on the outside, I also can make the outside a little bit darker, the background, so that the edge over here doesn't really look so sharp. And we can make the outside even darker than the skin. So I'm gonna make this, try to make this a little bit darker. Here you go. Like this. Now the background better support the portrait. Now what I want to do, I'm gonna soften the edge over here so that this should be up here in the distance, so it doesn't have that much sharp. That's a better suggestion for a little distance. A little brown color, the red. Here you go. A little more, like this. That.
Now the painting is finished. Now you can see it's very important to build up the structure first before you go into the smaller details. Without the structure, the eyes and the face will look flat. Continue painting. If you haven't subscribed and turned on notification, please do it now. I will try to have a lesson a day. I will see you in my next lesson.